Tina, as always, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, it's really unbelievable. This is the second assassination attempt, we understand, in 2 months. What does it point to? Division within American society, or even something more sinister?
I've been following U.S. elections. This is the 5th one that I've covered professionally in my career, and I don't think we've ever seen such a febrile political environment. As it happens, I worked on a note last night about nightmare scenarios and surprises as the news broke of the second assassination attempt. And what I think is that we should be prepared for even more of these dramatic kinds of surprises. We talk about October surprises in U.S. elections. We've already had major developments. This is not a binary outcome kind of a race where, Democrat or Republican and life resumes as normal afterward.
But so do the poll, I mean, what does it change apart from kind of realization that it's just unbelievable that this is happening? Does it change the polls? Does it change the way they campaign?
So the even more dramatic assassination attempt against former President Trump back in July didn't really move the polls. In fact, it barely touched the sides. Now, remember, in the immediate aftermath, many political commentators said, that's it, they should just inaugurate Trump now. Trump's ratings have since deteriorated slightly, still quite close. And I doubt that this foiled attempt last night will have any impact, apart from keeping that, kind of political fever on a high boil.
Yeah, I mean, this was not at a rally. This was on a golf course.
At his golf course.
At his golf course. Does it change the way he campaigns, or does it change his behavior?
Listen, I mean, the Secret Service already increased its protection, and they foiled this attempt. Apparently, the barrel of the gun was sticking out of a hedge at Trump's golf course. He's got Secret Servicemen who accompany him on the course. In addition to what appear to be, both of these suspects, white male, middle-aged American men, there are also international enemies who would like to see Donald Trump out of this race. Iran has been pointed to. But again, does this help us get closer to the issues? No. The Sunday talk shows in America were all about the pet eating story, bizarrely.
But so, again, this is such a strange campaign because, immigration is kind of at the forefront with the economy. And there's so many non-truths being said about immigration. They have to convince, 300,000 people at the end of the day, and that's what will make a big difference. So is it really on knife edge, or are you going to have more tools to also help the markets understand who's likely to be president closer to November 5th?
I think that we're going to see even more misinformation, disinformation, distractions. The weekend full of the pet eating and Taylor Swift. Donald Trump saying on Truth Social, I hate Taylor Swift. Now, again, I'm a professional political analyst. I talk to investors. This should be a sideshow, but it's actually the centerpiece at the moment. And the idea that the Trump campaign is playing, three-dimensional chess, I think is not correct, because I don't believe this is helping them in the polls or with the audience they need to win over, which is independence.
So does he need to change campaigning? And again, I saw that.
Can he change?
Who does he listen to?
Again, I feel like this is stuff that's, beneath us having the conversation. But another big story breaking over the weekend was his relationship with Laura Loomer, who is a conspiracy theorist and worse. And news coming out of the campaign that she is one of President Trump's close advisors is worrying, more mainstream establishment Republicans. I don't see this race moving towards the substance that markets want. Yeah. Obviously, with the FOMC decision tomorrow, there'll be, a lot of focus on that. But more gyrations, and I think, choppy news and wild developments.
How does the Harris-Walz camp actually behave in the next couple of days?
Well, who was it who said never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake? J.D. Vance doubling down on the pet story and then saying, if I have to, quote, create stories to get the message out, it's hard to really top that. So they are doing some pretty first-rate trolling in their comms, the Harris campaign. October 1st is the debate, the vice presidential debate between between Tim Walz and J.D. Vance. Debates don't usually matter. Vice presidential candidates don't usually matter. They can't help at the margins, but we're at a race where it is on a knife edge, and the margins really matter.